Hey, it's Freeman here, behind the scenes, standing next to my 56 Chevy, which I just drug out from behind a wall of junk, which is where it's been sitting ever since I showed it to you over on the Freeman's Garage channel when we first got it home and got all the parts and stuff out of it. Now, why am I showing you this car? Well, because I need to drum up some inspiration about what are we going to do with it? What's the plan? I'm asking you to type stuff into the comments. That's what I'm trying to say. So, first of all, I'd like to thank my kid for holding the camera. I really appreciate that. Finding someone to hold a camera for me is rare as a Stradivarius, so I really appreciate that. Okay, on to the car. Well, it's a 56 Chevy 210 Club Coupe, and we know it's a 210, a 56 210, because this trim piece comes all the way down to the corner of the bumper here, and it's a Club Coupe because on the cowl tag it says 1011A, which means it was a little bit fancier interior. Now, the 210 itself was the middle of the road package. Below it you had a 150, where the trim, this piece here, ended about right there, and it's kind of a stripper model, rubber floors, no carpet, and then of course above that was the Bel Air, which that had a lower and an upper trim piece on the side of the car. Now, the guy that I bought this from actually drove this to high school in the 70s, which I think is really neat, and he told me that this car was this green when he was driving it in high school. But we know it's not the original color, so this is where things get kind of interesting, because you can see bits of yellow here. Well, if we took this fender off, you would see yellow and black. And the cowl tag tells us that it was a two-tone car, which these paint dividers here is an indication that it was a two-tone car as well. I don't think they had these on single-tone cars. I don't think they did, because they only needed these to hide the paint line. I don't know, put that in the comments if you know. I'd be interested in knowing that. But the cowl tag says crocus yellow and onyx black, which is what you would see if you took this fender off. And I'm thinking maybe that this car was actually painted in high school auto shop or something like that. Because if you look here, that looks like horsehair, like paintbrush bristles. Hey, I wonder if a gang of kids in shop class in a hurry didn't do that, and that's been like that for almost 50 years. And also, this is a two-door sedan. Now, a lot of people think sedans have to be four doors, but they don't. For example, Chevy actually called this car a sedan, a two-door sedan, because it has this post back here, and which makes it a sedan. A hardtop or a sport coupe would not have that post, and this would all be wide open when you have the windows down. And these Chevys actually have the full window frame like this as well too, which I actually prefer because it just helps to not have leaks. Usually with the sport coupe or an actual hardtop, a lot of times they'll leak or the glass will rattle. Moving on. Oh, what else did I want to tell you about this car? It is a manual car. It does have a clutch pedal. It had a 3 on the tree. And in high school, the guy had cut a hole in the floor and put the shifter there. And in the trunk here, now see how the trunk lid hits the bumper? I sometimes wonder if they did that when they were new. I doubt it though. I think mine's just bent up. But the car came full of parts. It wasn't all organized like this. Well, this was even in there. This came with the car. I don't know why. It was just in there. But with all these parts here, the car's pretty much complete, except for drive shaft, motor tranny, that type of stuff. And lost the button before. Around the windows is beautiful on this car. There is pretty much rust free, so that's all good. And this back glass is this piece of glass, and then this piece of glass are the only two pieces that aren't broken or missing. And then you see there's a lot of stuff like this trim here. It's got this rusty screw in there. And well, just look at this side of the car. In general, it's not nearly as nice looking as the other side, which is pretty cool because, you know, it's kind of funny because on my 67 C10, the passenger side is the really nice side, but that's the side nobody sees when you're driving down the street. But this car, the driver's side is the nice side, so people will be seeing that and they'll probably assume, you know, they'll have no clue this side looks like this. Lots of Bondo in that rocker panel down there. Still, it's not bad for a North Dakota car though. And then these fenders up here. Here's something else. So he told me that his mom took this car away from him at some point because of an accident that he was in. And I'm assuming that that's how this happened. Now, I have an idea. If this car was ever to be painted, it's going to be forever before anything like that happens. And I would rather just slide sideways on dirt roads anyways. So I don't really want to paint it. I'm thinking run it the way the guy had it in high school and just fix these green fenders up the best we can. But there is another option though for fenders. This pair came with the car, but, well, they got a little bit of rust down here. And then actually, well, here, you could show this pretty easily. Both fenders are like this. This is all Bondo and it's broken and cracked. So those fenders, they look okay, but they're pretty beat up. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking maybe Mad Max vibe kind of thing, because a grill did come with the car. It's all kind of banged up and rusty, so maybe that grill with these fenders and this green paint look pretty cool. You know, revive a 70s high school car. But the hood's a little too nice. That's one challenge. The hood's got too decent a paint, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. And I wouldn't mind even running just these stock wheels, maybe some stock hubcaps. But, I wanted to show you this. Go ahead, try to show them the dashboard. I don't know when this pinstriping was done. I don't know if that was in the 70s. Can you see that on there? Okay, yeah, that's good. I don't know when that was done, but I think that's real cool. That's got to stay there. And if you can give a shot of the floors in here, the floors aren't bad at all. Want to show the front up here? Floors are really good, especially for a Dakota car. Not a lot of patchwork to be done. So you could probably go up here and then kind of show the car again and we'll wrap it up. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking just keep the paint and the body the way it is, and Chevy 350, Muncie 4-speed, maybe try to find a junkyard factory split bench, or just run these bucket seats that were included with the car. I guess what I'm trying to say is a guy really doesn't have 10 grand to just do it exact, or 10 or 20 or 30 grand to do it exactly how he wants right now. So I'm thinking maybe junkyard 350, maybe get a Muncie 4-speed cheap that needs to be rebuilt. Do that ourselves to save money. Run these buckets and just go out and have fun. What's up? Broken windshield? Oh yeah. Yes, and the windshield is, you know, it's actually not that bad because if you think about it, this area right here doesn't have any cracks. You can see through this spot, right? So, I don't know, but what do you think?